People throw around the word adventure pretty loosely these days, but people rarely experience them. Our society provides a million excuses for staying home. But when Ben Duchesney invited me on a 100-mile canoe fishing expedition through the Adirondack Mountains in New York, I didn't let inconvenience or timing affect my answer. What I didn't realize at the time was that I was about to embark on the most challenging and rewarding adventure of my entire life.
Oh, it's a dinosaur. We missed our turn or something. This place is like a maze. It is now snowing on us. Go left a little bit. Oh, wait! Oh. This is not solid. Maybe my best smallmouth there. Big smallie, another fish.
Our journey begins in Old Forge, New York, and will end in Saranac Lake, almost 100 miles away.
Visitor information system.
Filled with anticipation of the journey that lies ahead, we got to work unloading and packing the canoes.
There's a lot of room for activities in here.
Our crew consisted of Mark Vlaskamp from Canoe Vibes, Ben Duchesney from Post Fly, Rex Del Rey from Action Hat, and myself.
This entire trip was so far out of my comfort zone. But I think that's why I did it.
I'm a canoeist, of course I'm excited. This is canoe country.
I told the guys the first part of a canoe trip is great because you're all excited.
Mark and Ben had extensive canoe experience, while Rex and I had never been in one. We'd have to adapt quickly as we had almost 100 miles to cover over the next week. Our choice of vessels were the Old Town Penobscot 174s for their durability and capacity to carry a lot of gear.
All right, guys, day one of our Adirondacks canoe expedition starts now. All right, so Rex Del Rey and I have zero experience canoeing. So right now Ben's gonna give us some pointers on our paddle stroke.
So when you're paddling, you're gonna reach just like you're gonna be reaching for the catch with a kayak paddle. And once you catch, you're gonna twist just like you would, and you're gonna exit at your hip. So it's like this, turn down, forward, up. So the key is to try and keep your top hand high the whole time, and then that'll make it more fluid. Like you're going for a repetition, not power, you know what I mean?
Not as easy as it looks.
And try and keep your paddle blade in line with the gunnel as much as you can. Like, yeah, more like that. That's good. That's good.
All right, so right now we're in First Lake. There's 8 lakes that are numbered, first, second, third, all the way to 8th lake, and we just hit First Lake.
With almost 100 miles to cover in the next week, we had to keep a pace of about 15 miles a day. But with the skies clearing, our minds were on catching fish.
Oh, I got a fish.
Really?
Yeah, that's a fish, dude.
Pike! Nice. First fish of the trip. Didn't take long at all.
Not bad at all, not bad.
After the excitement of Ben's pike, we decided to take a quick break next to a channel that ran between 2 islands, thinking that fish might be funneling through there. Rex hooked up on his first cast.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Throw some right here. Smallmouth. There's like 2 smallmouth. Dude, there's this. You see that? First smallmouth.
Rex had just landed his first smallmouth bass ever, and now we knew that our hunch about this channel was right. A few casts later, I hooked up.
Here we go. Oh, that's a good one.
Ho-ho!
Nice! First fish of the trip for Robert Field. Maybe my best smallmouth ever. That's a good sign for the rest of the trip. Woo! Nice.
Riding the high from the first few fish of the trip, we continued on through the first 3 lakes in the Fulton chain. The sun was shining, the fish were biting, and spirits were high. Once we got to Third Lake, we decided to start making casts here and there as we paddled along, and we immediately started hooking up.
Nice! Nice fish, dude. Big smallie, Ben Duchesney, another fish. Great fish, man. Fish on. On the fluke. Ben's been catching them on that jerkbait, so I tied on a weightless fluke. Sure enough, that was the second cast. Nice, dude. That's another solid. Hey, he's barely hooked.
Nice.
Back-to-back solid smallmouth.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Right here. Oh! There's like 3 right here, man. This place is ridiculous.
All of a sudden, we heard Mark and Rex yelling behind us.
What you got, man?
Dude! Hold on. That's a.
Oh, it's a dinosaur.
We need. Oh! Hold on. Don't horse them. Let them have some line.
Huge pike over here.
Holy crap. We need a net. Look at that. That's a real smile right there.
So Mark's a little more of a canoeer than an angler, but that's a heck of a fish right there.
More of a canoeer than an angler? Who's got the biggest fish right now?
Day 1 is the day of the fish so far. I feel like we're getting spoiled.
What we hadn't been doing was paying attention to where we were.
Yeah, this looks like we are at the end of Third Lake. So upon entering Fourth Lake, a small sign on the right indicates the sign-in location for camping on Alger Island. Yeah, that's got to be it. Unless we're entering Third Lake, but I think we're going faster than that. This squiggly line looks like that squiggly line. I want to see what distance that is. That's mile 5. That sounds about right? We shall see.
I had no idea where we were.
It turned out Ben was right, meaning we hadn't even covered half the distance we were supposed to on day 1.
Alright, made it camp for night 1 here on Alger Island. Got a little lean-to, a fire pit, and a picnic table. Probably about as luxurious as it's gonna get on this trip.
We got to work unloading the canoes and setting up camp. Rex and I decided to get firewood while Ben started dinner.
Not exactly roughing it tonight. Ben brought steaks. Eating better here than I do at home. And that is a camping meal.
With a great meal in our bellies, we reminisced about the fish we had caught on the first day of our trip. The mood was light as we talked about how this expedition might not be as tough as we thought. We were in for a rude awakening on day 2.
Alright, so it's morning on day 2. I slept alright despite Rex and Mark's incessant snoring.
Everybody thinks they don't snore. I just happen to fall asleep really fast and beat everyone to it.
We're gonna get some coffee going, get our breakfast made. Awkward. The temperatures have definitely dropped, but the skies are clear, so we're not gonna complain. I am sore in places I've never been sore before. Canoe paddling is way different than kayak paddling, but we gotta make up some ground today, so we're in for a long paddling day. Alright, so we just crossed 4th Lake, which is the biggest of the 8 lakes, and now we're about to cross 5th Lake. Making good time so far. Gotta keep paddling.
that's gonna make the
All right, so we're in 5th Lake right now. We couldn't figure out how to get through, and now we just looked at the map and realized there is no way through. We've got to walk to 6th Lake. How far has it been? 0.4 miles, so a little under half a mile with hundreds of pounds of gear and 2 90-pound canoes. We're in for a workout today. So we're gonna use the sea tug cart from Railblaza, put them under both canoes, and see if we can get up this hill with that. We're gonna take off some of the weight because we've got a ton of gear, but we're pretty sure these Railblaza sea tug carts are gonna hold up. We'll see. Yeah, slow down, slow down. rocky terrain. We need to get over here.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Tree, tree, tree.
This boat is heavy. This bag is heavy. We're going uphill. Whew.
Straighten it out. It's starting to slide. We're good, we're good. I'm ready, wherever you are.
You see the road. Means we're about 1/8 of the way there.
Ooh, my arms.
For the record, this seems like a terrible idea. Like a pack mule. Mark Vlaskamp, the workhorse, putting this team on his back right now. Oh my God, walking those canoes up that hill was ridiculous.
It's funny how it never looks that bad on video. It was bad, like real bad.
Yeah, that was pretty miserable.
Bunch of babies.
We finished the second half of our portage, and by the time we were done, we were exhausted. It was time for lunch.
We got burritos and 1 beer each for lunch. That's steak, rice, and bean burritos though. It's just like being at Chipotle, dude. And we're off. Back to paddling.
With our first portage behind us, we were happy to be back in the canoes and paddling again. We made good progress towards our campsite for night 2, but we had forgotten that we had another portage before then. This one was over twice as long as the first.
All right, so we just got to this 1 mile portage, and we noticed there's campsites all the way down, so we're not sure if we're gonna have enough time to do the whole thing, but we're just gonna start walking, and as far as we get, we'll just camp there and then wake up in the morning and finish it. And that way we can kind of split it up a little bit too. That was Mark Vlaskamp's idea. He definitely wants credit for it.
It was a good idea.
Let's get to work. It literally weighs nothing. It weighs nothing.
We figured out that balancing the sea tug cart in the middle of the canoes made them much easier to drag. Couple our new strategy with a nice path and flat terrain, and we were making much better time than our first portage.
We're there.
That first split.
We're trying to go there.
So stay left, then stay left again.
Yep, a little bit more than halfway. I should just go for it and keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's taking us a half an hour, so get ready, so we'll be there at 6. It's not bad at all.
We got our transport down now.
While the first portage took us over 3 hours to go less than half a mile, we were on pace to knock out this full mile in about an hour.
Just home for the night. Night number 2. Got a good view.
On the second night of our journey, we better understood the challenges we would face on this trip. It had been a long and strenuous day, so we decided to reward ourselves with a little celebration.
Celebratory shot. Cheers. Cheers. Just as terrible as I thought it was gonna be.
It was pretty miserable.
Oh, I hate Fireball.
All right, so to supply our fresh water on this trip, we got this gravity water filter from Platypus from Austin Kayak, and basically we're just gonna fill this up with lake water. It holds 3 liters. Then we hang it up from a tree. The water filters through a filter and into the clean water bag. And it says it does 1.5 liters every minute, so it shouldn't take long at all.
Feeling exhausted but not defeated, we felt like we could take on anything this canoe trail would throw at us. The portages were difficult, but not impossible, and with our new system, we were confident we could handle them more efficiently going forward. What we didn't realize was that the trials of this expedition had only just begun. We had made up some ground, but not enough, and on day 3, we would face the hardest challenge yet. Coming up in part 2, our first portage on day 3 proves our cart system isn't enough to overcome every difficulty. As tempers flare, we begin to lose sight of why we're here.
We're all exhausted, tempers are kind of flaring. We're way behind schedule.
On day 4, we paddle through a snowstorm before facing the most dangerous obstacle on our trip. A Class 3 rapid almost a mile long. With barely any canoe experience between us, it'll be up to Rex and I to not screw up. A plunge into the icy water could mean the end of our trip.
Go, 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 go! Go left a little bit. Oh, wait!
Hey, Rex.
I got a fish on. Oh! There's my Rob Field impersonation. Hey guys, what's going on? Rexel right here. We were just trolling this bait right here. Got to it a little late. Came off. Rob saw it. He thinks it was a pike. Anyways, we'll go get on him. Let's go, Mark. Let's do it.